Hi, Misha here, and this is probably the penultimate cabin project progress video. 4th of July, well, not weekend because it's the middle of the week. It's actually July 3rd as I record this first part. But even though we were just out a week ago, week and a half, there's some progress made. And we're coming up to the home stretch. And it is freaking hot out here. But luckily, the central heat and air, the heat, yeah, we want the heat, is on. And it feels good.
Heat on if you want.
We could. There was that whistle up there on the vent we were both pointing out, but it's probably just some plastic or something stuck on. I mean, they're still painting, or they were, it's dried now. So.
I can't tell if I've just started to tune it out or if it's improved.
It sounds the same. But honestly, unless you're right under it here, it's once you go, it's very directional. It's like straight down. But no, oh no, yeah, the AC guy, he was all about those vents not being installed. He's like, I'll come to. I was like, don't worry, John, we can handle that. But he felt so bad that one little piece of the job wasn't done. But of course, he couldn't do it because they were still doing their ceiling at that point. So yeah, gonna be out here a few days. I was going to pick up an ice chest because I brought some, pork chops and sausage and a salad. But I realized something. Somewhere between the last time I bought a ice chest, which was a long time ago, and now, they got expensive. I literally got a little mini fridge here for less than what an ice chest costs. And I'm not talking like Bass Pro, I'm talking like Home Depot, Lowe's. They had a little bit bigger ones, but the car we were getting in was a little small, so I thought it was kind of fun. That's where the normal fridge will go. So, I don't know if you can see the paint color. J-Ro picked it out, so if it's good, I'll take credit. If it's bad, you blame him.
Well, there's no paint color where you were looking just now, but you'll see it in the bedrooms.
Yeah. Going to this one, it should get a little more light.
No, there's no paint here either.
Sorry.
These are all the hard ones going to go.
Kind of got turned around. Normally I'd have my cane in my hand, but camera instead. Yeah, it was kind of bright in here, but I think the sun is not setting. We still have a couple hours left, but it goes behind the trees. But especially in the winter, the power sockets are done, but need to be trimmed out. As I said earlier, we decided not to go with closets. Instead, we're going to just do wardrobes. Bathroom, we've got a little progress. Again, I know you can't see it. Toilet, it's finally in. They even made toilets fancy now. It's got 2 buttons. Shower. Still trying to pick a sink. We're tight in here. We'll make it work, but it was either go for a smallish bathroom, but have an extra foot on each bedroom, or pull out the walls, but I decided this was better. It's a bathroom. I mean, it's a bathroom in a cabin. What we're going to do is pretty much just do a sink and then just do lots of vertical shelving, especially on this side here, to make up for the storage. I mean, it's not super tight or anything. Still a full-size shower. I didn't really want to do a bathtub. It didn't seem worthwhile, but I mean, it's fine. It's fine. We're all fine here. And of course, my stuff. Still have a cot. Haven't bought a bed yet, but need to get the final the floors in. The doors to the bedroom will be neat, but I'll explain that when we get to it. That's pretty much it. Of course, we got a decent attic space. If you saw the older videos, there's quite a bit of storage up there. We did put a floor in, nothing fancy, just kind of, plywood. This wall is going to be kind of the coat wall over here, this little nook. Yep. Outdoors. We will put a screen door here, nothing fancy, but you know, something that when it's not 98% humidity and 100 degrees, we'll let the nice air in. But screw that for now.
Yeah, it's not so nice.
It's perfectly fine in here. Hey, this is the most comfortable we've ever been on a shooting trip.
That's probably true.
And if it's really super hot out, we just open this here window up and we shoot out this window.
That won't be loud.
Nah. The roof is metal. It's a nice, cozy little cabin. Oh yeah, the internet's hooked up too, so that's nice. Yeah, I didn't really see a reason to go huge. We very well will probably add on over where J-Row's at on that wall there. We've already kind of got it stubbed out and everything where we can. It just didn't seem worth it now. It's actually kind of nostalgia for me. I think my first apartment was 720 square feet inside.
Man, for 720, this is quite spacious. There's not very much wasted floor space at all.
That was what we were going for. Like I was telling them about not doing closets and not really giving a lot over to the bathroom. I know it's, you know, tight, but I think having bigger bedrooms people are going to appreciate.
Oh, for sure.
And, you know, having just a little bit of a hallway just to give that feel of separation. But other than this, and this is really useful for, you know, the control for the AC in the attic hatch and just that small amount of space. And of course, too, you've almost got as much deck space outside as you do floor space inside.
Yeah, I think the deck really does a lot to, well, I mean, it does literally expand the floor space, but it's a big deck. That does a lot.
Yeah, if you count the deck, it's right at about 1,200 square feet total that it takes up on the ground. So, which was about the size of my first townhouse. But, I mean, why do you come out to the mountains, the countryside, to be indoors? Although we do plan to actually do a lot of work out here, so then we'll probably be in more. We did get the hooks for the swing put up, but we're actually having a hard time finding a swing, but we'll find one. Don't you worry. So yeah, we just got out here a couple hours ago. Gonna finish unpacking and setting up, maybe shoot a gun or two, eat a bite, and see where the evening takes us. Alrighty, J-Row just left out. So this is where the kind of project turns into my first multi-day stay here. If anyone followed back then, during the eclipse, I spent the night here one night, and it was in the dry. The roof was on, but no walls, windows were in, so it was, yeah, completely closed up, but no amenities aside from a temporary electric running through the hole in the door. So even though we have a lot left to do, you know, the floors, of course, that's the final thing, and the baseboards, and where you see exposed wall there is where more wood paneling is going to go. And we need to get the bar put in, the counters. It seems like a lot, but it really isn't, because this is all, you know, hand cut. All the boards and stuff had to be cut, fitted. That stuff is mostly prefab to one degree or another. So, well, we definitely have time. A lot of the stuff is going to become more and more cosmetic, so not really affecting livability. Right now, because of the hot summer, the air conditioner, that's critical. The internet, that's also critical, just because, yeah. Not having a bed, you know, who cares? Not having a laundry room set up yet. It's alright. The one big thing is waiting on the well. We've had a whole thing with the well digger. And really, really hoping he shows up soon. If he will do his part, we can get this. I mean, the plumbing's already in. Like, and so far as it goes, the toilet does work. I'm gonna try to get around. Welcome to my life, guys. But anyway, sorry, I've been out in the heat. We did do a little shooting, and try a bit, but it is very gross. As I called in the main video, it's stickly. It's just so very hot and humid. Now, luckily out here in the mountains, it usually comes a breeze, and they're saying it's going to be a cool front. We'll see. So as I was saying about the bathroom, everything's plumbed. Like, the drain works in the shower. Of course, no water. The toilet works. It's even got water in it. So that's what we're doing. Just fill up the tank back here. And so, at least you have a flushing toilet. So that's really, I think, the only amenity I'm going to miss is the shower. But the air conditioner really does help a lot. I'm already feeling a lot better. But it may be sponge baths for a bit. And then, honestly, getting furniture, that's more fun. I mean, I will probably spread it out because of cost. But for right now, I've got the 2 cots, the 2 camp beds, 1 for each room. And honestly, just having that 1 folding table makes all the difference in the world. When I was out here in April, I noticed just not having a table mattered. Something, a surface. And also not having a trash can. The trash bag's fine, but it doesn't hold shape. So I actually brought a little trash can and a big one just to have that. Little things you don't think of until you don't have them. But, no, I'm quite happy with the size. It is big enough, but it doesn't feel gargantuan, you know. Oh, alright, well, I'm gonna cool off and think about dinner. One negative, and it's not the cabin's fault, but my old phone, which is only 2021, even though it can hook up to the Wi-Fi, it's not capable of doing Wi-Fi calls. So I have internet, but I can't call from my phone, so hop on to Google Voice. And I've been wanting to upgrade my phone anyway. It's literally 3 years old and counting. And the phone actually still works fine. But the battery, because I use it every day and have to charge it frequently, it went from where I only had to charge every 4 or 5 days to 3, 4, 2, 3, and now it's a daily charge. So that plus not being phone Wi-Fi compatible, yeah, probably about time. Oh well, we'll see how that goes. For you, it'll just be a few seconds. For me, a couple hours probably. And now it turns into a black box video. No, I've been taking it easy the last couple hours. I ate a bite. Internet's working well. Kind of getting used to the noises. It just takes me time to get acclimated to a place, and with the walls up, I can start, but won't really be able to get dialed in until not only the walls are finished, but the furniture comes in. It actually gives me an idea of what kind of furniture I would like. you know, where to place it, where it in the way. You know, it's funny, I open the doors and I keep thinking to check for cats running out, which is not yet a problem, although I will bring at least one or two out with me usually once all the amenities are in, including screen doors. Just been sitting out here. That was a nice breeze. I just felt a breeze coming when I moved around the corner. Kind of comes off that mountain there. I was taking a whiz off here a little while ago, and a big buzzy thing that sounded suspiciously like a wasp or a hornet was really nearby. And I thought, well, if I leave him alone, he'll leave me alone. I decided to go try the new toilet out instead inside. I did not want to be stung, especially in any position, but especially in a compromising one like that. That'd be just my luck to get stung on the dick. Kind of the backyard area. Still very muggy. Hopefully the heat breaks. It should. We're getting past on here. Probably not much for you to see, but you know what? Welcome to my life. Out here at night, it's all noise, which is what works well for me. Where the mountains are here, there's actually a air lane that kind of crosses over, so you do hear them. Of course, that's a helicopter. Yep. And should be getting back to the porch pretty soon. Yep. Like I said, it just takes me time. No, I don't count steps or anything. As one blind person told me when I was a teenager, is if you try to count steps, you'll fall on your damn ass. I think some part of our subconscious does, but you know, each step can be slightly different length, even with the same person, so. Yep. But you kind of get a feel for where things are. A lot happens kind of under the hood for us humans. And back door again. Or north door. Where do you want to go? I mean, this place is already pretty good to me. And I can't wait till I have everything in. It's going to be downright comfortable. But yeah, the air conditioner's working well. Working well. I was thinking about doing a live stream today. Maybe I'll do that. See how the internet does with that. What do you think? Alright guys. Actually, July 4, towards the evening. Didn't have a chance to video any today because I was out with family, and there were quite a few of the kids around, and it's always been a policy of mine to not video when the kids are around. I just don't, I don't think that needs to be on the interweb. But, as much as I do make videos, I don't really feel like I have to do every single thing in life for posterity. So maybe just got you shooting off fireworks. I'm just sitting down relaxing. The rain came a bit ago, and there was even a little bit of thunder. I think a big bug. This, there we go. This sounds nice, having the metal roof with the rain hitting it. Right now it's just the little drops, but when it was coming down steadily, it was a very, very relaxing, very soothing sound, at least in my opinion. Of course, we have the good old Arkansas cicadas. It's still a hot one. Summer seems to be here. But this is why I like having a cabin versus camping when the storms and rain come up. I don't like getting wet and then dirty and sticky and icky. Even though I don't have a shower ready here yet. I mean, I technically do have a shower, just no water. So I went and took one earlier this evening at a member's house. Well, cabin / house. So that was good. But yeah, not a whole lot to say. Pretty busy day, but also pretty not busy, if that makes sense. Kind of a lot of going around and sitting and being outside. Pretty tired, honestly. It's amazing how just tiring being outdoors in the sun. Didn't go swimming, but did stand in the creek for a bit. So I guess that's good. Dinner and fireworks and all that stuff. But yeah, this is kind of porch life. Don't believe, yeah, I think the last time I spent a night here, which was back in April, the porch roof wasn't on yet, so glad we have a roof now. I do like the sound of thunder, I always have. Pretty cool. So how did everyone else's 4th of July go? I'll probably stay out one more day, head in for the weekend. I'll be honest, I don't really want to. Just soon stay out here. But it's not quite fully livable yet. Again, if I had running water, it would help. The trim work and stuff not being done, the cabinets not being in, that's fine. It's not a big thing. But yeah, eventually you do want a sink, and I do need to have a place to cook. But oh, what a difference air conditioning and internet makes. I did manage to set up Google Voice, since I had to verify my actual phone, which doesn't work down here, and doesn't want to sign on to, it'll sign on to the Wi-Fi, but it won't do the voice calling. Went up on top of a mountain where I could get a signal, had the message, the pin synced to the phone, and then got it into Google Voice, and got it verified at least. So that's nice. Basically just kind of working out things like that, figuring out things I need. Not sure how much I'll be out here in July and August because those are the hot, hot, hot months. But we'll see. Getting really close to the end. So, fingers crossed we can get across the goal line. Yeah, that's what's going on 4th of July evening. Hope everyone else had a good Independence Day as well. Seems like it might be setting into rain for a while. I really like this rain, gentle thunderstorm in the mountains. It's kind of one of those parts of life that can't be beat. Yeah. Where are places that kind of do it for you? Yeah, it's coming down pretty steady and good now. I'm not gonna say it's sit in for the whole night, but I think it's here to stay for a while. Yeah, but call me crazy. I like this sound. That's it. I'm really glad I made the porch about 8 feet deep. You get much skinnier than that, and the wind can really blow the rain down pretty good. Yeah, I'm sitting about 2/3 of the way in, and no troubles at all getting wet. At least it's starting to cool off a bit, relatively speaking. Well, I'll move to the north side of the porch. The rain has stopped finally. Had actually a decent little rain. Just kind of dripping off the trees now. It did at least cool off somewhat. And did break the humidity a bit, so that's good. The only bad thing is I was just outside sitting on the swing before this started, and really would have preferred that as opposed to being on the deck, but oh well. Next time. Yeah, not a whole lot to say. Then again, I think I got way too much sun today. My brain feels like it's a cooked egg. You ever done that? Yeah. Well, I would have recorded the morning as I got up, but I'm not a morning person. But it's midday on the 3rd day being out here. And we had a bit of a cool front roll through last night with the storms. It didn't die down. I thought it would, but another wave of thunder and lightning came through later. But I was already in bed by that point. I would have recorded it for you, because you care. But it's already cooled off today, and it's supposed to get cooler even tonight. But I think I better head in. I really did consider staying one more night. In other circumstances, I would. But there are some things back home that I need to address. Okay, I'll be honest, it's just my cat. I need to get back to Peanut. But, yeah, of course, the days when I leave is when it gets nice. But I'm not leaving for a little bit longer. But yeah, it's already cooling quite well out here. I really did like the sound of that rain on the roof. We are going to put rails here. The reason we haven't put them up yet, it makes building easier. Just, hoist stuff on the deck. And I get that. Even just offloading the guns is easier. I almost thought about not putting a rail, but nah, I think I will. What we're going to do is rail there, of course, that side up through here. And then come to this corner here and rail around the corner and then rail to this first post, and then stop and leave this open here for shooting. And just frankly, the ground is really close there, and because what we were wanting, I thought about doing, we've got the little stoop. It's not even really a step, but a stoop over there. And a couple of folks suggested, why not put a third hopping off point here, just, you know, so you can get to the deck anywhere from the yard. My problem with that, for me personally, I was concerned about walking along the side and just kind of knocking against the little stoop here. Nothing major, nothing critical, but just constantly banging into it. Also, like with a lawnmower and stuff, you'd have to kind of go zoop. So I thought, well, why don't we just, you know, rail it to here, and then that way you can just step up here if you don't want to go around there. Seemed like a good compromise, and that way there's no part of the deck that's really off the ground enough, more than a step that'll get you. It's little things like that that have been fun designing this. Can you understand why I don't really feel like going home? Yeah. And I really like my backyard too, and my swing. And that's a nice place to go in the evening. Originally they were going to put the AC unit out here, which is a normal place, but again, with me being me, I knew I'd kind of just bonk into it over the corner. Again, nothing to hurt, but I thought, you know, there's plumbing and connections over here where the bathroom's at. What if we kind of just put it center over here, because I won't really be following the house that far. And we did. So I would have put it on the far end, except logistically it wouldn't work. Plus we want to add on down there later, and then it would be right under that was another reason too. I didn't want the unit, even though it's actually quite quiet, directly under the windows, because my thought was if you have the windows open and you just want to run the compressor, you know, just the fan, you'd hear it. So I try to put it as out of the way as possible. I feel like it was a good call, but you know, who knows. This is my first building of a house, or at least, you know, funding such projects. So yeah, third day here, about midday. And now from the backyard. I was testing and trying out Wi-Fi, Bluetooth signals. I think my builder screwed up. I think he made the walls too solid and too insulated. Nah, it's fine. It's just, yeah, they do block. The Wi-Fi internet, though, like if you bring your laptop out, it reaches the entire yard and actually even across the road. So good range there. It's mounted pretty clear, and it's mounted to an outside wall. That was my intention. But typically what I like to do is just have my wireless Bluetooth headphones and wireless keyboard. That way I don't have to bring the laptop. Unfortunately, I do need a full keyboard to really use my TTS, my speech program, effectively. I can use the laptop keyboard, but it's very cumbersome because I need a full numpad, and numlock and all that. And so, yeah, I just use a Wi-Fi keyboard. It's so much easier. And hell, it's not like I need the screen or a mouse or even the touchpad. So, yeah, all I need is the keyboard and headphones. So, some good, some bad, but typically I like to just go out in the yard with keyboard and headphones. And it mostly reaches. The headphones reach no problemo. Keyboard's a little spotty. I might get a slightly nicer one. The one I've got with me is more my travel keyboard, so I bought it for more being small-sized than effective. So I'll probably just get a larger, better range keyboard that I can just leave out here and plug in. We'll probably leave quite a bit of electronics out. I brought out a load of stuff this time. As you saw, I've had the cot and everything here for a while. Brought out a folding table, little mini fridge, and a few other bibs and bobs. But I figure every time I come out, I'll just fill up J-Ro's trunk, or whoever I'm with, trunk with whatever I can, and just kind of slowly move in. I talked to the builder, and he said it's not a problem at all. I said, well, do you want to wait till you get the flooring done? He said, no. I said, well, just move my stuff around as you need, and of course you can always take my stuff out to the Connex container if and we need to. But yeah, the place is definitely well insulated, even though it was smoking hot and very humid. The humidity inside was low, and the air conditioner wasn't running non-stop, which is good. But as I said earlier, today it's cooling off, and tonight it's supposed to get really cool. So yeah, the nice backyard, but it's pretty shady, and it just gets shadier as the day goes on. I really don't want to go home. So, a few final clips before I head out. For one, my chair, which is a collapsing rocking chair we took to the river yesterday, and it has some river sand in the rocky bits, so I'm going to have to hose that out with something. Oh well, it's not too bad. As I said earlier, there's kind of an air lane that goes over these mountains. It's not bad. There's actually quite a bit of recreational flying that happens, you know, lightweight, ultralights, what have you. But no, it's not a bad afternoon. It's actually reasonably not hot. I won't say cool, but not hot. And the sun is kind of behind some thin clouds, so it's a little hazy, not beating down directly. And again, the yard is pretty open in the front, but pretty shade covered behind. And the nice thing is, because it is pine tree, at least some pines here, we'll have some shrubbery all year round. But no, you know, I was concerned about not having water, aside from in jugs for, you know, flushing the toilet and whatnot. You know, I noticed it, but not as big of a deal. I went to a family member's place to shower yesterday, kind of used the dry shampoo intermittently, and, you know, clean wipes and that kind of thing. So I call it an astronaut shower. It's more effective than you'd think. I don't know if I'd want to try to do that when I was really, really grimy, dirty, but when it's just kind of getting sweat and stuff off, it looks better than you'd think. My cot was reasonably comfortable. And, yeah, just kind of used a camp blanket and slept on top of my sleeping bag. It was a little warm to sleep in it, but, yeah, the storm coming through last night was pretty nice. You can always tell after about the 4th of July when the cicadas sound changes, and I think of it as kind of the dry weather sound. But one update, I've mentioned the well guy periodically throughout these videos. Just now we had a text from him saying that he would be here next week. Turns out the well he was doing before me, the first time he drilled it, he broke his bit. So he had to replace it, and then that well, I'm not sure if it was dry or they didn't like its location, so they basically made him drill a second well, and he hit rock again and broke his bit again, so he's replacing it, and then supposed to be out here, knock on wood. As I record this section, it's late Friday, and he's supposed to be out by this time next week, maybe earlier if things go smoother, but hopefully, crossing fingers, if we can get that one obstacle out of the way, I'll feel really good. It's just how it goes. I'm hoping, since there's a little creek right behind me and there's a bigger river across the street, I'm hoping the water table isn't too bad, and also I'm hoping we don't run into old creek rock under the ground. So, what can you do? Just have to hope and see how it goes. I will say, the neighbors around me all have perfectly good wells that give over 20 gallons, so crossing fingers, we get that knocked out, then we're hopefully home free. Well, except for paying for things. Yep, the money thing has been definitely a layout. Even though I knew, I wish it didn't come at kind of the dead part of the year, business-wise. But, oh well. I will figure ways. And I have been listing some personal guns online to sell last month or so. And also what I consider sticker backers. Let's say there's one good import batch of, I don't know. And I get 6 of them. I'll sell 5. But I might stick one back till they're no longer available, knowing that, once they go out of stock, they'll be worth more. That worked really well recently for the FB Radom mini Burrell pistols. Last year, no one wanted them for $9.99 retail, not even dealer cost. And then when they disappeared, bids would go to $1,200, $1,400. So I luckily had stuck some of those back. It really was a good thing 10 years ago, totally by accident, with the Russian Izhmash SGLs. I just happened to have a few. In fact, at that time, FIME/Arsenal had them and was really wanting dealers to buy them. It was kind of a slow time of year. And so I did. I bought a few and sold through most of them, but had, I think, 2 or 3 stuck back. And then the ban happened in June of 2014, and that was a good gun to have, for sure. So sometimes it's very intentional, like with the Burrell pistol, because I knew that was going to happen. I just think it's a really good gun. And sometimes it's completely dumb luck by accident. Or, in my case, blind luck, I guess you would say.